Welcome to Kentucky, where rolling hills and timeless rickhouses set the stage for your bourbon adventure. With Pegasus Tours, the Bourbon Social is your front row seat to sip, savor, and share. From legendary distilleries to hidden gems, every stop tells a story steeped in tradition and flavor. You'll taste craftsmanship, walk through history, and share laughter with friends old and new. It's fun, exciting, and always delivered with a touch of class, our promise to every guest. The Bourbon Social, where can we take you today?
Hello from Boone County Distilling. We hope you stop in and have a glass with us soon. Cheers.
From all of us here at Dueling Grounds Distillery here in Franklin, Kentucky, happy National Toast Day. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Welcome to Four Roses Visitor Center in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Come in and stay a while. We wish everyone a happy World Bourbon Toast Day. Cheers. Cheers.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of the World Bourbon Toast. We are streaming live from Bourbon and Beyond. We have got an amazing lineup of guests that we're talking to today. We've got bourbon notables and artists and so many more. It's going to be some great conversations.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget, we've got giveaways every hour. We've got distillery tours, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. So you can still enter. Just follow Kentucky Bourbon Trail on Facebook or Instagram and like or comment on our latest posts.
And all of this is building up to the world's biggest bourbon toast, happening live from the main stage at 4:40 p.m. Eastern Time.
That is correct. Now, we are experiencing a little bit of weather down here on site at the festival. They have delayed the doors opening by an hour. We're not sure if that's going to affect the timing of the toast, but we will be the first to let you know, so stay tuned. Also, don't forget to toast and post with us and tag World Bourbon Toast, hashtag World Bourbon Toast, and tag Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
And don't forget to keep your notifications on so you'll be the first to know when we go live in the next hour.
Now, it takes partners to make this happen, and we are kicking off the second hour with several of our amazing partners. First up is Wes Seabury with Pegasus. Pegasus is one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's official transportation partners. So if you want to ride in luxury and arrive in style to your distillery experience, Pegasus is the one to call. Now, we'll also talk with Cleo Battle, who is the president and CEO of Louisville Tourism, and we will talk with Mary Harville with Kentucky Lottery, who collaborated with Kentucky Bourbon Trail on these awesome lottery games earlier this year, which have been an absolute hit. Actually, do you have a quarter?
I don't think I have one big enough for that.
I don't think you do either, but we're going to hunt one down here in just a second. So stay tuned for after the interviews, where we're going to announce the winners of this hour's prize packages. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail website makes it easy for you to plan your bourbon adventure, and it features our official transportation partners. Pegasus is one of those partners, and they are also the official transportation of the World Bourbon Toast. And we are coming to you from inside one of their luxury vans, and we're talking to Wes Seabury, Pegasus Fleet and Facilities Manager. Wes, thank you for hosting us in such a luxurious environment.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for having us.
Now, you're surrounded by these incredible Pegasus luxury vehicles all day. What is the best part about riding in one?
The fact that in most of our vehicles, you get to have conversation, especially our limo style vehicles where you're sitting across from someone, you're not looking at the back of someone's head. So you get to have enjoyment on the ride to whatever destination you're going.
Is it hard to just get in your regular car and go home every night after work?
Sometimes it is because, we have excellent drivers and beautiful vehicles. It'd be nice to be picked up and taken home each night.
Oh, I would imagine so. I'm going to see if that's in my budget. Pegasus takes people to concerts, to bourbon tours, to special events. What is one of the most memorable trips that you've been a part of?
Well, about a year ago, a good friend called and his wife wanted to do something special for his 55th birthday. She had purchased tickets to a fundraising concert and wanted to have drinks at her home. So we were able to book a vehicle for them that showed up. 18 of their friends hopped in that vehicle, drove to St. Matthews for a great evening around town, and then headed back to their home for a nightcap. There was music, there was dancing, there was a lot of fun on that vehicle. If you can imagine 18 people in a vehicle a little bit larger than this, just out for a good time.
Oh, that sounds like you've made some memories that night, for
Yeah.
sure. You just mentioned a larger vehicle. Can you tell me more about the vehicles that you have in your fleets and the options that are available?
Sure. We have 24 vehicles right now. They start with our luxury sedans. We go up through SUVs. And then we have luxury vans like this. And we have two styles. We have what we call limo style and executive style. This is a limo style. It's got couches, it's got the bar, it's got the great sound system. Our executive style are forward facing, more like a bus. They're still very comfortable, really nice seating, quiet and enjoyable ride. But that's that executive style. And in executive style, we go all the way up to 32, 39 passengers. We even have one that has a lavatory in it. So if you want to do a long road trip with us, we can take care of you and keep you moving. We have a vehicle that's a little bit larger than this one, and it holds about 14. We have two that are even larger than that, an 18 passenger and a 22 passenger, and they're all outfitted like this sort of luxury party style experience.
So when you have people in here in the luxury, the party style, the playlist going, you ever get some carpool karaoke going on?
Yes, there are a lot of people that love to sing apparently, and you get a couple of them together over a glass of bourbon, the music and the singing takes off.
Oh yeah, I bet everyone's a star. These vans are designed for both luxury and fun, like you were just saying. What is something first-time riders are always surprised by?
Well, like you, they're surprised by the comfort, but I think the two things that catch people off guard is that most of our vehicles have really nice sound systems and they can use Bluetooth to play their own playlist. In addition to that, most of our vehicles like this have bars. Now, we provide the glassware, the ice, the water. You get to bring whatever else it is that you want.
Oh, that sounds like a really nice time. But speaking of playlists, what have you got on this one?
Oh, I tend to use Apple Music, and I currently am listening to Outlaw Country. I'm a fan of Merle and Johnny, of Sturgill, Tyler. I like those Kentucky boys in there.
Oh yeah, we do bring up some good talent, I will tell you that. Wild card question. If you could take any bourbon legend on a road trip, who would it be and where would you go?
Well, there are a lot of people out there I would love to spend time with, but one that intrigues me would be Trey Zoller. I got to meet him and talk with him, but I would love going on a road trip with him. It wouldn't even have to be a destination because he's been in the industry long enough. He's got so many stories. It'd be all about the ride and getting the miles in.
And that's Trey Zoller, founder of Jefferson.
Yes, Jefferson's Bourbon.
Ah, yes. Oh, who's driving though?
Probably Alan, one of our best chauffeurs.
Oh, I'm gonna have to ask for Alan next time. Well, Wes, I cannot tell you, this has been a real treat. I'm hoping maybe you'll just drive me around for a little bit in here in a while. But actually, they will be driving me around. Pegasus is, like I said, is the official transportation for the World Bourbon Tour. And so we will be riding down to Bourbon and Beyond in style just shortly. We are here at Bourbon and Beyond, and we are excited to welcome Cleo Battle, President and CEO of Louisville Tourism. Louisville is an official gateway city to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and Cleo knows better than anyone how bourbon, music, and hospitality come together. Cleo, thank you for celebrating World Bourbon Toast with us.
Glad to be here.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right, so Louisville is the home of bourbon, horses, and so much more. For first-time visitors to the city, what makes this city such a special destination?
I think the first thing people notice is our hospitality. And if you think about it, we've been hosting the Kentucky Derby for 151 years. We've been welcoming people for a lot of years, and that's where it starts. And then, of course, our bourbon experiences, along with Churchill and Ali and Louisville Slugger, it just all comes together for a real authentic experience for our visitors.
It sure does. We're here at Bourbon and Beyond, where bourbon and music collide. What do festivals like this mean for Louisville? Because I know you had a big hand in making sure this came to Louisville.
We're excited that we We got a 10-year deal done with Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. But listen, the 8 days of those two festivals, 400,000 people.
Wow.
Nearly 400,000 people will come through the doors. 70% of those are out of market. So that is how important it is. And it helps us to identify our culture here in Louisville on a national and global stage. So Bourbon and Beyond, Louder Than Life, they mean so much to what we're doing here.
And they've been such great partners with our World Bourbon Toast, just amplifying our message and getting it out to all kinds of new audiences. You've traveled a lot in your career. What is one thing that always surprises visitors when they come to Louisville for the first time?
Culinary.
Really?
It is amazing. People were like, oh my God, I did not know you guys had such a great food scene here. Culinary is so surprising to folks. And I love that. The other thing you hear people talk about, it is such a cocktail experience city. You know, you go into a restaurant and they're pairing your bourbon, they're making really fun cocktails, and people really dig that, you know, about our experience here. But if I had to give you one thing, it's probably culinary. People are so surprised by our food scene.
And we're standing right here in front of the Fork and Flask stage, which is all bourbon and culinary, featuring all of the Louisville's, the regions, and nationally renowned chefs right here with our, of course, Kentucky bourbon makers. All right, if someone's first taste of Louisville, like these 400,000 people, is through bourbon and music, what's the next thing you would tell them they need to experience?
Well, let's first say this. There's 25 bourbon experiences here in the downtown Louisville area.
Yep.
Now, if you've touched all of those on all your return visits to Louisville, then yes, what else should you do? You know, the most unique thing I would say about Louisville, we have all the disciplines for entertainment, performing arts, opera, orchestra, ballet. And I think it surprises people for a city our size that we have those four. So if you've been able to do Churchill Downs, Louisville Slugger, Muhammad Ali, you've done our 25 bourbon experiences, we got even more for you.
Yes, you do. Cleo, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Louisville tourism is showing the world why this city is the perfect place to raise a glass.
Well, Mary, thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to kick this off by having you tell us a little bit about you, your role, and just a little bit about what you do.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I've been with the Kentucky Lottery for over 20 years now, and I've been president and CEO for 5 years. And in fact, this month, so I've got somewhat of an anniversary, and we've done a lot of fun things here at the Kentucky Lottery, but this Kentucky Bourbon Trail ticket adventure has it's just tops in my book.
Oh, that is fantastic to hear. You know, this collaboration, it brings together, I feel like, two Kentucky icons. Can you talk to us a little bit about that collaboration and how did that come to be and what does it mean for the Commonwealth?
Well, I'd love to talk about that because it's been in the works for a very long time. We've talked about our dream of doing a bourbon ticket for years. And then we see that bourbon just keeps just getting the attention and people just love the distillery tours. And I mean, we really hope to be a part of it, but we knew we couldn't come up with just one ticket or an ordinary ticket, that it had to be a really special game. We were going to go big or go home. And we were finally able to do that through bringing in 3 vendors and three separate games, our online, our scratch off, and our fast play. We were ready to take that to the Kentucky distillers. They were delighted. We were delighted. They were delighted. And of course, the rest is history. It's been a great partnership. And what does all this mean for the Commonwealth? Dollars for scholars. Anytime you buy one of these beautiful bourbon tickets, play the Bourbon Trail games, you're funding college scholarships and grants for Kentuckians all across the state.
Gosh, that's great. And some things are just meant to be and meant to work out, it sounds like.
Exactly.
You know, thinking about the timing of all of this, and, you know, as the Kentucky Bourbon Trail was celebrating its 25th anniversary, and I know you mentioned there were 3 games developed with vendors, you know, that I'm sure that was very exciting to see how that creative design work came together. You know, were there any challenges along the way?
Well, from my level as president and CEO, I'd like to say, it looked pretty easy to me, right? Because it did look that way. But I know it was a very complicated process. And I know that we have a fantastic staff here at the Kentucky Lottery. They're very creative and they're very organized, and they're great when it comes to collaborating. And the Kentucky Distillers Association, same way. And the vendors, we had to work with 3 different vendors. So I know there were challenges, but if there were, they pretty much kept them from me. Because it went very, very smooth. And I know it's because of those great staff people.
That's great. Always great when there's a lot of work behind it, but they make it look easy.
They did. And it was the joy for me to be able to see this evolve. And I remember when they rolled out the scratch off was the first I saw. I was just so impressed. This is a beautiful ticket.
Oh, that's great. So the Kentucky Bourbon Trail emphasizes responsibility education. And likewise, the Kentucky Lottery, we know, plays such a vital role in supporting Kentuckians. So can you share the impact of the lottery proceeds? Talk to us a little bit more about the role that plays in education and in the KEYS funding.
Right. Well, as we were talking about earlier, every time you buy one of these beautiful Kentucky Bourbon Trail tickets, you play online, the scratch, the fast play, or any Kentucky Lottery ticket, you're supporting Kentucky families and students all across the state. So we fund the popular KEYS scholarship program, and most people know about that, but a lot of people don't know that we also fund 2 need-based scholarship programs. We fund a work-ready scholarship program, and that's for folks going to our community colleges. They may even be pursuing degrees in things like welding and plumbing and getting their certification there. We fund the dual credit program for our high school students to be able to get college credit before they even go to a college campus. And we fund a teacher scholarship and a National Guard scholarship. So we're proud to say that the proceeds from all our tickets fund these scholarships.
Wow, that is incredible work.
And you asked about the impact. We have an initiative this year to get the word out that we've now provided scholarships and grants to over 1 million Kentuckians. So think about that when you think about the population of the state, and that is a large portion of Kentuckians that have been receiving lottery proceed funded scholarships.
That's incredible. I think that's such I'm sure, detail and aspect that so many people don't realize the full impact that is having. So that's incredible to hear. So what do you see next for the Kentucky Lottery and Kentucky Bourbon Trail collaboration?
We both want to, and we have both said we've got to do something else. So it's going to be really hard to top this ticket, right? So I would want to think of something different. And I think the thing would be to be able to do a multi-state ticket with this. So I know there are other lotteries that are extremely interested in this ticket. As you might have noticed, Bourbon has now extended its popularity beyond the borders of the state. So I'm thinking a multi-state effort would be the thing to do next.
Oh, I love that. I feel like you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that between us, right?
Right. Don't tell anybody. I love that. Okay, so finally, since this interview is going to be airing during the World Bourbon Toast, we have to talk about bourbon and we have to talk about a distillery. So I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a favorite experience, a favorite distillery on the trail? Anything you want to share with us?
I would never want to choose a favorite distillery because every time I go to one, I say this one was the best ever, but they all offer such unique experiences. It's really hard to compare them. So I'm going to say I did have a favorite experience, and it was at Castle and Key in Frankfort, and it was the location that we chose to film our televised ad for the Kentucky Bourbon Trail scratch-off ticket. And it was a beautiful day in March, and spring has sprung, and we're down there filming, and it could not have been more beautiful. That just that rich history that is in that particular distillery, and the world's longest rick house was where we filmed the bourbon barrel rolling down the middle of that rick house. And you walk in there, they let me in there for just a minute, and I went in there, and there's this really special smell that's not anywhere else, and it's instantly cool, very cool in there, and the smell is slightly of that bourbon, but the aged barrels, it's wonderful. Okay, so after the filming, we happened upon a woman in a golf cart, and she's a young woman who worked there, but she said, how about a tour? And there's just 2 or 3 of us there. We said, sure. So we went on this very special tour with this lovely young woman who knew everything about the grounds and the history and Colonel Taylor and all that had happened to that location over the years. And it was a very special experience. One that's going to be very hard to repeat, but she knew everything, and it was just very special. So I hope everyone gets to see our ad, and it's highlighting Castle and Key, and it's a beautiful place.
Oh, that sounds so special. And you're right. The people that tell the stories, it makes the experience. And we shared that same sentiment. Anytime we go anywhere, you can't pick a favorite. They're all incredible. They all have such a unique story and things about them that it's like, as soon as you think you've had your favorite experience or seen your favorite thing, then you go to the next one. It's like, oh my gosh, you're right. You could never pick just one.
It's hard to compare. I've been to some where there was a cat or a dog drinking out of my water glass sitting there, and guys in camouflage that come there after a day of hunting, and those are fun. And then I've been where you dip your own bottle in the wax and everybody's doing it together, and that's just so much fun. And
so many
it's wonderful
experiences for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Mary, so much for joining us. We so appreciated your time, and we're looking forward to hopefully seeing you one of these days in person.
Thank you. It was an opportunity to be able to talk with you all about this, and I think you can see that we're still very excited about these games, and we're very excited about what's coming next.
We are too.
And I also want to say that the Kentucky Lottery is a proud sponsor of Bourbon and Beyond, and has been for the past 3 years. So we're excited, so excited for the Kentucky Distillers Association, and we wish you all the very best for the world's biggest toast. So I have to say, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
It was just so great to talk to our partners and hear what they have to say. And, they are just such an integral part of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail and elevating the experiences for guests and for helping us put on this event.
Yeah, truly incredible. So glad we got to talk to them. So it is time for our second giveaway. And this hour we have 2 lucky winners.
That's correct, Katie. First up, this lucky winner gets a prize package that includes Bourbon Tours for 2 with Becker & Bird and Pegasus. The winner will receive a Becker & Bird Farm and Field Bourbon Tour for 2 and 2 tickets to Pegasus's Bourbon Social Tour.
All right, do we need a little drum roll? And the winner is at Brittany Misovich on Facebook. Brittany, congratulations.
Congratulations, Brittany. We hope we pronounced that correctly.
Yes. Be sure to keep an eye on your DMs.
Okay, our second lucky winner of this hour wins a Buzzard's Roost and Wilderness Trail swag set, tour, and tasting. All right, buckle up, guys. This is a long one. This is a long one. All right, winner will receive several merch items from Buzzard's Roost, including a t-shirt, keychain, lapel pin, fan, challenge coins, and more.
Wow.
Plus, a Wilderness Trail tour and tasting for 2, paired with 1 bag of dry stack coffee, a ball cap, a branded glass, and the best, Cooper the Distillery cat socks.
Oh, how cute. I want a pair of those.
I know.
All right. Well, this lucky winner is at Tar Heel 42 on Instagram. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Do you think they're from North Carolina?
Oh, I wonder. I bet.
I'm just using my context clues here.
I mean, it seems like it would fit.
It does,
but
really.
Keep an eye on your DMs.
All right. Next hour, we will be giving away Bourbon Tour and Dining Experience for 2. The winner will receive a $100 gift card to Bourbon's Bistro. Yum.
Ugh.
and
Sounds
2
so good.
tickets to Pegasus's Bourbon Social Tour.
So be sure to keep an eye on your notifications going into this next hour. We're going to be live again with more special guests, more giveaways, so much more fun, all leading up to the World Toast on the main stage at 4:40, hopefully.
Yes, and you guys are here for the party, so don't forget to toast and post, hashtag World Bourbon Toast, and tag Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We will see you next hour.